Hi everyone, Kaary here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all doing great today. So today I'm back with another speed build for you guys. This is actually another build that is a little bit more autumn inspired. This is actually the first build that I did in the autumn season, and I wanted to build something here in Windenburg. I haven't built in Windenburg in what seems to be like forever. And this is actually a build that's gonna be part of my save file. Of course, in my save file, it's not gonna be autumn, but I just wanted to build it in the autumn season because of the whole aesthetic and because of the vibes and everything, even though here in Chile it's actually spring. But I don't know, I'm just loving the autumn vibes and everything that's going around. And I wanted to build like a Tudor family home. I actually took the inspiration from a picture that I saw on Pinterest, and I ended up having so much fun with this build. But because of that and how big this is, it actually took me a while to have it finished, edited. So that's why you're seeing it today instead of a few days ago, or maybe a couple of weeks ago when I actually started building this. Also, playtesting this build took me a while because you know that now for some reason I have time to playtest my builds, and I have been doing that. So everything has been playtested here. I'm pretty sure there are some minor details that I actually had to change in this build. When I playtested it, it was right when I finished building it, so I don't remember exactly what I had to change or if I had to change anything. I'm pretty sure I did. I mean, I don't think everything was perfect. Lately with my build, I've been having a lot of issues with the kitchens. So I'm pretty sure there was something going on with the kitchen in here. Maybe I will remember when we get to that part in the interior. But yeah, so far, all I know is that everything is functional. And also I wanted to upload this video yesterday, but there was the live stream and I thought it would be better to have something doing the voiceover once I had watched the live stream. And I don't know, I I have been so tired that I actually fell asleep during like half of the live stream, and I haven't watched it back. But it's not it's just because I have been really tired lately, and listening to people talk actually makes me fall asleep. So it wasn't the Sims team fault. It's just me that I'm really tired because of the baby and all those things. But what I saw, I loved it, and it was basically what I think it's the most important things for me, that are the build and buy catalog. I loved the items. I can't wait to start building in Ravenswood, and the aesthetic, like the gothic aesthetic and everything like that, I just really liked it. And I do have to say, right now I have my favorite item from the pack, and it's definitely the crow wallpaper that we got. So that crow wallpaper, beautiful, amazing, and I'm gonna be using it, I'm pretty sure, a lot. So yeah, just let me know if you guys watched the live stream and what are you the most excited about, because there are many things in gameplay that I'm really excited about, and things that I didn't expect, and that I'm just gonna have a lot of fun doing it with the new expansion pack. I'm gonna be buying it the same day that it's released, so hopefully I'm gonna have some content for you guys in the next couple of days following the release of the expansion pack, and that would be really cool because I do want to build some cemeteries. I'm really excited about that. Who would have thought? But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So please let me know in the comments down below what you guys think about the new expansion pack, Life and Death. How excited are you about it? If you are excited at all, if it's something that you will be getting, if you want to see me build some weird things with that pack, because you can definitely build really weird things with the pack. And yeah, just let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. That would be great. Now going back to the build, something happened here because you see me doing the landscaping here in the front of the build. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do, how I wanted it to look like, and you see just like the final version of the landscaping because it took me a while and the video is already pretty long. And of course the game had to be the game and it glitched and I lost all the terrain paint that I'm doing right now. So you will see a little bit different terrain paint when you download this build, and you will see a change in the video because I started building this one day and then the next day I went back to finish the build and the terrain paint had disappeared, so I had to do it all over again. Also, if you hear a dog barking, I don't know whose dog it is, but I do have my window open because it's really hot here, and I just haven't, I cannot turn on my AC because of my baby. I don't want him to get sick or anything like that, so I do have my window open. So I'm really sorry if you hear weird noises. I'm gonna try to cover them, but yeah, if you hear them, it's some neighbor's dog, and there's nothing I can do about it because I'm really hot in here. So you saw the change, maybe you noticed it. It changed a little bit of the terrain paint, but I kept it pretty much the same. So that was great because I remembered how it looked like and what I wanted it to look. So I just redid it, and gladly it wasn't that much, so there wasn't like a very extensive terrain paint that I had to do or anything like that. And yeah, I just redid it. That's something that we have to do because the terrain paint glitch is something that has been going on for a while now, and we just have to live with it. There's nothing to do about it. Hopefully the Sims team will be fixing that soon enough. But yeah, there's nothing we can do so far. But yeah, here we're adding a little bit of detail. I love adding the shutters in the windows and then rotating them with the tool mod so they are not like perfectly aligned with the walls, but they look a little bit open or a little bit closed in this case, so it feels more realistic, and that's something that I have been enjoying quite a lot. So yeah, a tiny detail that you will see every time that I do, like I use the shutters in the windows. It's not something that I usually use. I just don't feel like it's something too close to my reality to have shutters in the windows. But yeah, I just decided to use them in this build because they looked really cool. Also, I'm adding this swing set in here because I wanted to have a swing set or some kind of activity that you could do in the front of the build. It has a really big entryway, so I wanted to make the best out of this space. And I'm adding some plants in here. This is actually a garage, but I'm using these pet doors from cats and dogs. I sized them up with I didn't use the tool mod, but I moved them a slightly bit with the tool mod, and I placed them again in the interior so they didn't clip. And yeah, I've never done this trick before, but I've seen many people doing it, so I decided to do it in this case because I didn't want to use like a traditional garage door or the door that we got with Snow Escape that is perfect for a garage door. I wanted it to feel a little bit more rustic, and I wanted it to feel like it was a two-door, like a two-car garage. So you see me here placing the two cars, the two vehicles, and I actually had a lot of fun decorating the back of this truck. I just really liked it. I mean, you saw it. I did something similar in my small ranch that I uploaded a few days ago, but this build was the first time that I did it because I built this way before that other build. And yeah, I just really liked it. There's not a real purpose in why the family would have so much like so many things in the back of the truck. I just decided to clutter the truck, and that's pretty much what I did. In this case, there are some minor changes that I had to do when I created the family that's gonna live here, because the bike that I put in the back of the car is pink. I ended up changing the color of it to I have no idea what color I changed it to, because this household ends up having two boys, I think. I don't exactly remember how many Sims live in this house, but you have space for many Sims. You can see the house is pretty big, so I know there is space for a huge family, and we will see it when we get to the bedrooms and stuff like that. I know you have like maybe a teenager, 2 kids, and an infant, something like that, and also 2 parents. and I'm pretty sure there's space for a dog as well. We will see it if I ever add the dog like the dog bowls or things like that. But yeah, we're in the kitchen now. This is the interior of the house, and yeah, now I remember I had issues with the stove. Actually, I couldn't make my sim cook basically anything in the stove, and I had no idea why. I had to move many things. I did a lot of playtesting in this build because of the kitchen. I had a lot of issues with it. I don't know if it's something that has been happening with my builds in the past, because in the past I didn't playtest my build, so I have no idea if it's something that's current in my build, if it's something that has happened before, or if it started happening with some patch update or something like that. But yeah, my sim couldn't cook anything in the kitchen, so I had to move the table a little bit closer to the to what's the name, to the archway. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit sleepy. It's 8 p.m. here in the at night, and I'm really tired. Even though I actually had a good night's sleep, but yeah, I'm really tired, and I just sometimes forget how to speak in English, so I'm really sorry. But yeah, I had to move the table a little bit closer to the doors, and in that that was the way that I could actually fix it, and everything was functional. But you will see it in the download version of this build, because I don't think I did it for this the screenshots either. Oh, I didn't add a table, I added these counters. Okay, so yeah, I had to move the counters a little bit closer to the door, but everything should be functional. Everything has been play tested, as I mentioned. So yeah, your Sims can actually access the stove. And I don't know why your Sims wouldn't been able to access the stove, because they do have a lot of space, and they should be able to it, but they just don't. I have no idea. It's a rooting issue or something. I don't know, but we're cluttering up a little bit of the kitchen. I have been enjoying this a lot lately. I have always enjoyed decorating kitchens. The kitchen, as I've always said, is the heart of the house for me. So having a very nice and cluttered kitchen, it's perfect for me. I love it so much. But lately, when I started like all my very detailed builds and things like that, I have enjoyed a lot more decorating kitchens, like way more. And I'm pretty sure I had to get rid of these items that I added here on the top of the stove, because I think those items as well were making some issues when my sim wanted to cook. But I don't remember if I kept them, but I know that I had to get rid of them at some point, and I had to play test the kitchen again. But I don't remember if I put them back or if I just got rid of them. But you will see it if you downloaded this build. But yeah, we're moving to the dining space. I really like the kind of rustic barn aesthetic that I was going for in the interior. I know it's a Tudor home, but I wanted it to feel a little bit more rustic and still a little bit modern. So I actually really like this interior. I loved it a lot, and the color scheme that I ended up going for with all these different wood colors, I don't know, I really like it. It makes me feel like the house is a little bit more like cozy that I wanted it to feel like. And also it's built during the autumn season, so I thought it was just perfect to have a lot of wood tones and things like that in the build. I just loved it so much. Because it is an autumn inspired build, it doesn't mean that I did any Halloween decorations on the interior or anything like that. It's just a regular house that I just built during the fall. So don't worry, because you won't have any like Halloween decorations or pumpkins or anything like that going on in the house. It's just I built the outside during the autumn season because it was a nice aesthetic. But yeah, you see that I added some pet balls, so we do have we have a cat. Yeah, I completely forgot about it. We do have a cat in this house, and probably a dog as well. There's a lot of space, so maybe we still have space for a dog, but at least we have a cat. And I remember now then when I did the playtesting, as I have been doing in the last couple of builds, I actually have recorded myself doing the playtesting with some families that I've created specifically for these builds and to make all the playtesting. And I actually downloaded the cat from Pug-Own's page, like gallery, because actually they make an amazing pets. I don't know if you follow them or anything, if you've seen their work, but it's just amazing. I do recommend that if you want to have like very realistic pets, you go and download the pets that they do. Also, they only use the cats and dogs expansion pack for that, so there's not like many packs that you need to have, because of course you need to have cats and dogs in order for you to have cats and dogs. But yeah, you don't need any other packs, so I think that's amazing. And here I did something that I have never done before. I wanted to have like this tray with different kinds of muffins, so I ended up choosing, I think these are chocolate chip muffins, and they don't spoil. That's something that I never thought would happen. I actually tried to do all the play testing really fast when it came to this part of the build, because I didn't want the cupcakes to spoil, but they don't. So yeah, that's great. So they will be there if you decide to play with this house, and you can keep the muffins in there because nothing's gonna happen to them, and I think that's great. I didn't try to make my Sims actually eat them, so I don't know if you can eat them, but at least they look like really nice decoration. It gives this really cozy vibe to the living room. But yeah, this is actually kind of the kids area of the living room, because the living room space itself is really big, and I didn't want to divide it into like an office space or something like that. I just wanted to give like a really nice open floor plan, and also having like a office in here would have made this space like really weird, because the office would have been massive, or the living room would have had like a really weird cut in the back. So yeah, I didn't want to do that. I just wanted to keep like this open space. So I decided to create a space for your kids to watch TV and play some video games and read a book if they want. Of course, all your Sims can use this space, but it's a little bit more decorated for kids. And actually, when I did the playtesting, the two kids were playing video games in here, and I do remember that. But yeah, you see that I added the console that we got with City Living, I'm pretty sure. And here I wanted to use this item as some sort of shelving unit, and I wanted to clutter it up with some board games and things like that. But yeah, they just didn't fit properly, so I ended up getting rid of this item in particular and changing it for a different one. I did keep all the board games, but I used this one from high school years, I'm pretty sure, and it looks really nice, and I really like this teal swatch that contrasts a lot with the rest of the wood tones that we have in game. And of course, I had to use different items from high school years, and also, no, that's Growing Together. The board games came with Growing Together, and also that plushie that we got with the Storybook Nursery kit, because it's definitely one of my favorite plushies right now. I love it so much. And I decided to add some books in here, so maybe your Sims were actually reading books, but these books, I wanted them to feel like they were comic books. I realized that we don't have any comic books in the game, and I thought we did, or if we do, I didn't find them. So let me know if you guys know if we have comic books in the game. Otherwise, we just don't have them, and it would be really cool if we did. I would love to have comic books in the game, because I'm just thinking that some kids or teens or even adult Sims are really into comic books, and it would be great to have a collection of them or something like that. Also, if you heard another noise in the back, it's actually my cat Theo. She was walking into the bedroom and she made a noise. So yeah, I'm sorry if there's a lot of weird noises in the video, but I cannot afford to close the window right now. But yeah, we're moving into the laundry area of this house. I furnished most of the bathrooms and the hallways off camera because there were many of them. I just don't remember exactly how many. I'm really sorry that I'm not just I'm just not informed. I didn't check anything before I did this bit, the voiceover, because I just wanted to have this voiceover ready. And yeah, sometimes I just check the build and realize how many rooms and bathrooms it has, but this time I didn't do it, so I'm really sorry. But you see me doing this trick that I really liked, and it's something that I do have in my own bathroom here in my apartment. I have this kind of basket full of the toilet paper rolls, and I wanted to have something similar here in the laundry area, because to access the laundry room you have to go through like a powder room or something like that. So it's a half bathroom, and it's a bathroom that the guest would use when they come to this house to visit. So yeah, I thought it would be great to have like all the toilet paper rolls in there. But we're moving to the second floor, and this is the main bedroom, and I decided to use this bed from Cats and Dogs that I actually never use. But it's not because I don't like it. I think it's a really nice bed, but it's a very specific style, and the cover of the bed actually comes in really specific colors, and the patterns are really weird, or really like they're a lot. So having these like plain swatches, it's, you need to have like specific style in mind when you want to use this bed. And here I wanted to do something a little bit different with the dresser, so we're using this base game dresser in this green swatch that I didn't know we had. I actually always go with the traditional colors in the base game dresser, so black, white, and the traditional brown wood tones. So I never realized that we had it in green, and I wanted to use it like having two dressers of the same kind, but I ended up getting rid of one because I thought that maybe it was like a his and hers dresser or something like that. But I ended up getting rid of one and adding a bassinet in here, so you can actually have a newborn if you want. And I didn't play test that part, but I mean, it's a bassinet, you don't need that much play testing, so don't worry. Originally in this family there's not gonna be a baby, like a newborn. There's gonna be an infant, but there's space for your family to grow if you want, so that's why I decided to add the bassinet. And now we're moving to the ensuite bathroom. It's the biggest bathroom in the house. I loved it, and here I did something that I wasn't sure it was gonna work with the shower. As you see me now, I'm actually using this tile that we got. It's a decal piece that we got with for rent. Was it for rent? No, Love Struck. I have no idea. Yeah, Love Struck. We got it with Love Struck, and it's supposed to be like a backsplash, but I used it as a floor tile, and it doesn't block your Sims from using the shower, and that's great. I mean, I was so happy when I realized that everything functions in this bathroom. I'm really excited about that floor tile that I created, some sort of floor tile, but I just wanted to have something a little bit different in the shower. And I don't know, I was so happy when I realized that I could use that item, and I play tested the build and it actually worked. I was so happy. So yeah, you can definitely use it if you want. If you have the tool mod, you can rotate it and use it as a floor tile, and that's amazing. But yeah, we're cluttering the bathroom up a little bit. We're adding the toilet and different other decor pieces in here. And I don't usually have the chance to create like a separate shower from the tub in the bathroom, but in this case I definitely had a lot of space to do it, and I ended up using the it's like a hutch or something that I wanted to use in the living room, but I ended up using it here in this bathroom. And this is a nursery. It's a really small bedroom. It's a 4x3 bedroom, but it has all the space that we need, and it has I mean, it's accessible. You can do everything in this bedroom. And here I'm creating the stroller again. If you saw my split leveled family apartment, I did this with the bassinet that we got with the Storybook Nursery kit, and also this cross-stitching hoops that we got with Cottage Living. So I used the tool mod to create like the wheels for the stroller, and of course it's a non-functional item, but it looks so nice as a decoration piece. And yeah, I think this was actually the first time that I did this trick, and I loved it so much. But there's something, because I already uploaded it as a specific item on the gallery, so if you want to download the stroller, you can definitely do it. It's up on the gallery as a room. And but there's something that I just don't know how it's gonna work, because that item uses items from 2 different packs. So it uses the bassinet from the Storybook Nursery Kit, and also uses the cross-stitching hoops from Cottage Living. But when I uploaded it to the gallery, it only showed the Storybook Nursery Kit as a pack that you need to have in order for this to be downloadable. So I would really love to know, if you guys don't have Cottage Living, if you can actually download this build like that stroller, and if you get the cross-stitching hoops as the wheels, because otherwise, I mean, I know it's a debug item, maybe that's why it doesn't show in the packs that I used, but I just want to know if you can download it and use it if you don't have Cottage Living. That would be amazing if that happened. I mean, it would be so cool. But yeah, you see me using different items from different packs in here. I didn't want to use the playmat from the Storybook Nursery Kit because of 2 reasons. The first one is because it's bigger than the one that we got with Growing Together. And the other reason is because it didn't go with the aesthetic that I was going for this bedroom. But I did use the dresser that we got with that kit, because I haven't used it in a build before, and I love it. I think it's beautiful. I'm definitely going to be using it more often, but that's why I didn't overuse the items from the Storybook Nursery Kit, even though I would turn all my nurseries into nurseries using that kit. I mean, that kit is beautiful. It's definitely one of my favorite kits. So yeah, if it were for me, I would build like a grandma's cottage with a nursery, and it would be using all the items from the Storybook Nursery Kit, even though it's a more of a god style. But yeah, we're moving into the kids room. So yeah, you see you have space for 2 kids. I'm pretty sure they are close in age, but I could be mistaken, because I actually don't remember when I created the family. And I'm gonna be uploading the family to the gallery as well as I do with all the households that I create for my save file. But they do have a rat, so they do have a pet rat. It was something that I wanted to have in one of the builds that I have been building recently. I wanted my Sims to actually have a rodent as a pet, and I wanted it to be a rat because I don't usually use the rat. So this is a little bit of decor for the rat. So I don't know the name of this item, so I will not try to pronounce them or to even try to say what it is. But these are all the things that you will need in order to have like everything for your rat. And this actually, all this that I'm doing right now is really close to my heart, because I did used to have a guinea pig. She passed a few years ago from old age. She was 7 years old. And I did have a space like this, in where I had her food and her toys and like everything I needed for her. So I felt so happy, and it gave me something, like it made me feel something a little bit different when I was decorating this area for the pet rat. I just really liked it, and I don't know why I never thought of doing something like this before, because I have been adding rats to builds in the past, like rodents and stuff like that. So I don't know why I didn't create like a section in which you have all their things. But I'm definitely gonna be trying to remember to do that in my following videos whenever I add rodents. But yeah, I'm adding some toys in here because of course it's a kids room and I want them to have some toys. And I was thinking that one of the kids was into animals and the other one was a little bit more of an artistic sim. And that's why I added some items from the artist studio kit, and also I added the scratching post for the cat, because when we have pets I want them to have things to use in all the rooms in the house. I think it's really realistic that your cat or your dog would like to be walking around the house, and that they have space to do many things and like different activities and stuff like that. But yeah, we're moving to the garage, and the garage I actually had a lot of fun with this because I did something that I don't usually do. I don't think I've ever done this before. So I created this section in here in which I added some boxes. So I was thinking like maybe there were some things that the family has in storage because they don't use, or maybe because they just moved into the house. Maybe they just bought this house and they just finished decorating everything and unpacking and things like that, and they do have still a lot of things here in the garage. But also the other part of the garage, I turned it into a man's cave and that's something that I don't know, I've never done before, and I had a lot of fun when I played tested this build. I really wanted my sim to have this area, so the dad in the household actually uses this space, and the door will be blocked for everyone else, including not including the cat, because the cat can actually access this space. I was thinking that maybe they would have a space in here to come and just lay down and be a cat. But basically the dad will have some friends, and they will come over and they will spend their time in here. And I don't know, I've never created a manscape before, and I loved it. And I thought of that when I placed the ping pong table. So then I added the football table, and I thought, okay, this is perfect for a man's cave. The only thing is that the pizza that I added is gonna spoil. So yeah, maybe your Sims can eat it. I didn't try that, but it would be great if your Sims could eat it. But they do have this tiny kitchenette in here. I added the mini fridge and also a microwave. I added the coffee machine that we got with the Cozy Bistro kit, and of course a sink and some boxes with specific juices that you can actually make from eco lifestyle. And I'm gonna be adding the games table in here as well, so your Sims can actually come here, like the dad in the family can come here and have a great time with his friends. And I don't think I usually consider like the friends that your Sims can have and what they can do with them, if they like to host parties, for example, or if they just are really like an extrovert and they like to have spend some time with their friends or anything like that. I never consider friends when I build houses, but in this house I decided to do so, and I just ended up really liking this area. Of course, it has to work as a garage as well, so they do have some storage going on. But the idea of this being a man's cave, I loved it so much. So yeah, now we're moving to the backyard, and the backyard is massive, as you can see. I decided not to use it completely because it was just too much, but there's a lot going on in here. And also because we got this update swatch, like the swatch update, I'm sorry, I was able to use the gate that actually matches this fence, but still the texture is still a little bit weird. I tried all of the different fences that could go with this gate, and all of them had different textures and they looked a little bit weird, but I ended up going with these ones anyways. And of course I needed to have a pool, and I'm creating this raised up pool. I don't know what's the name of this, but it's above ground, and I've done it before in some other builds, and I think they look really nice and they're really realistic, and I love them because they are completely functional. So your Sims can actually come here. I'm sorry, I hit my mic. Your Sims can come here and actually use the pool, so that's great. I added these pergola in here, so they're gonna have like a grill area, and they're gonna have a table and a bench so they can sit and just enjoy the view and enjoy the weather if they want. I wish the pergolas worked as like a roofing item, so maybe if it rained your Sims wouldn't get wet if they were under the pergola, but it doesn't work like that, and I don't know why, but yeah, it doesn't work like that. So I decided to use it just for decor purposes. But I do really like the fact that the flowers in that pergola actually they change with the seasons, so they are not that bright purple, pink, white flowers that you have when you build during summer, but they are they work according to the season that you're in, so that's great. That's something that not many items in the game do, so I loved it a lot. So we're doing a little bit more of landscaping in here, kind of recreating a little bit of what we did in the front. I didn't want to do something different or that different, and I didn't want to go like crazy with all the plants or anything like that. I just wanted to make sure that it feels like it's an autumnal build. So I added the same plants that we used in the front, and now we're creating a nice greenhouse that of course I had to play test because I'm using a roof piece to create like the whole thing. So everything is just gonna be 2 half walls and this roof, and everything is pretty much accessible here. So your Sims can access the planter pots that I added. They can actually work in the flower arranging table that I added, and they can actually do pretty much everything. But there's one part of one of the planter boxes that your Sims are not going to be able to access because it's in the middle of this area under the roof where I added the archways that I got deleted with the tool mod. Not deleted, but I sized them down too much, so they are pretty much invisible. So that planter box that is on the very left, very right of the greenhouse is not gonna be accessible for your Sims. Not the ones, the spots in the back, but the ones in the front are gonna be accessible. So your Sims can pretty much do all the gardening that they want. And I wanted to have the flower arranging table instead of anything else like the woodworking table or anything like that, because I wanted to have something to do with the plants, so it's not just your Sims planting things for the sake of planting things, but they can actually do some flower arranging if they want. And I thought that was really nice. And also I play tested this area as well, so my Sims were actually creating some plants with the flower arranging table, and I really liked it. The vibe in this greenhouse is really nice, and I never used like just a roof to create a greenhouse like this. I always close up my greenhouses and I use all the items from the Greenhouse Haven kit, but in this case I just wanted to create something smaller and not so traditional, I would call it. So yeah, I ended up being really happy with this greenhouse section. I really liked it. So we're adding these fairy lights in here to add a little bit more of light, and now we're gonna be adding some plants in here. I decided to just add more plants in this area and not create anything else, because originally what I wanted to do was to have the treehouse, but you saw me trying to place it and it's just too big for this space, and I didn't want to redo the backyard in order for it to fit, so I ended up not adding it to the build. But if you want to just like change a little bit of the backyard and adjust some things in order for you to have the treehouse, you can definitely go and do it. And also I added some bunnies because I never remember that we have that trunk in which you can actually get some bunnies, and I decided to use it in here because they can help you with the gardening. And also I added the tree trunk that has the birds, so they just look really nice during the live mode. But yeah, we're actually heading to the end of the video now, so I really hope you guys liked it. And if you did, please remember to like this video, also comment and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and also follow me on social media. The links are all in the description down below, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Enjoy the screenshots. Goodbye.